Hello and welcome to Achievement Hunting 101, the podcast that lets you have it your way. I'm FuFuCuddilyPoof, and this is level 263. Joining me tonight is Big L.
Hello.
And the red banana is known as KooshMoose.
Hey, I'm back.
From an amazing vacation down in Ocean City with them Thrasher Spies and whatnot.
Yeah, it's all right.
And we also have a returning guest. I don't think he's ever been on here before. If he has, it's been so long. We have the rawkerdude.
That's right. It's rawkerdude. Let me talk to you. Yeah.
Whoa.
Bring in the energy. Bring in the heat.
I wasn't expecting that. Harley, go sit down.
Scared the
It's
hell
like
out of
nothing's changed.
I've been
Dog
planning
days
that all
passed.
day.
me.
I can tell you've been playing out all day. You've been sitting on that. Oh, man. The boys are back in town.
So, Corey,
L.
what do you want to talk about?
Yeah.
No, that's the
That's
other
it.
dude. That's Cody.
That's a reference to something, and I don't know it.
Mine was Cody.
I only planned one thing, so I can't do more. Just acknowledge me, okay, and move on.
I acknowledge you. Let's move on.
Do that finger in the air, baby.
Yes. How was everyone's week? Y'all doing good?
Well,
I actually had something I wanted to say to intro this game, and I've lost it. I should have wrote it down. L looks like he has something to say.
yeah, I went to Baltimore. I don't think
I got a
everyone
new
knows
kitchen.
that. What the fuck? I went to Baltimore and I met FuFuCuddilyPoof and his wife and his dog
Yes.
and his daughter. I mean, son.
Wow.
Wow.
I know something
remember
you
that. I
people don't
remember
know.
It's Olivia now.
Yes, it was awesome having you guys. Yeah, Ellen and Michelle came down, stayed with me for the weekend. There was the shoot my crown. The Mets were playing the O's, so they came down. I'm taking this off. They came down to see them at Camden Yards, and it was amazing having you guys down here. We are no longer fake friends. We are actually friends now.
That makes two of you.
Yes.
Corey's still not real, and Nate, I don't know, he was in hibernation or something. I think he still is.
Yeah.
So one funny story. They got
what it's
to
gonna be.
experience that we Marylanders love Old Bay, and we aren't actually joking. I
So,
order.
go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, you go first.
Okay. So we went out to eat. We went to a diner, and I ordered some Maryland crab soup. But for me, there's not enough Old Bay in it, so I asked for some Old Bay, and they have Old Bay already in like the shaker, so you can sit there and put it on whatever it is that you want. After a while, I hear the next table over also asking the waitress for some Old Bay. She goes in the back, can't find any. She comes out to me and says, "Excuse me, sir, are you finished with the Old Bay? I can't seem to find any more of our shakers." We Marylanders live up to the stereotype of wanting the Old Bay. Literally all the shakers of Old Bay were already divvied out, and she needed to get mine.
So, I knew that you guys liked Old Bay, which is a seasoning.
Yes.
It's just a brand name seasoning. It's not like Italian seasoning or black pepper. It's just, this is Old Bay, right? It's like Kleenex for tissues or something. So, yeah, go ahead. Correct me.
No, I mean Old Bay is Old Bay. You're talking about crab seasoning. Crab seasoning is the
Is the
that's
generic?
the generic. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, that's even more interesting. So we've been redoing our kitchen. This is the first week that we actually can use it. And my wife's like really big into getting all this organization stuff. So like she bought a bunch of spice bottles, and they have their own labels, 150 labels, right? So you can put whatever spices you want, and it's all nice and organized and neat.
I see.
One of them is Old Bay. Like, it's big enough to have its own sticker in this spice sheet set. And it
That's
just blows my
amazing.
mind. And thankfully,
Nice.
I have an industrial sized can of Old Bay seasoning to put in it.
That's like several lifetimes worth for you, I'm sure.
Pretty much. I have thrown it on fish.
It's delicious on fish.
Gotta put it on fries with some malt vinegar. Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
One day.
I could skip the malt vinegar, but putting it on fries, that's the way to go.
You have to understand, this waitress came out with this shaker of Old Bay like it was a New York pizzeria with garlic and oregano. And I mean, you guys probably don't know what pizza is if you're not New York, but over here we have oregano.
Definitely know what pizza is.
Garlic.
I've been to Sbarro's.
Red
excuse me,
pepper.
sir. We have Sparrows.
Grated cheese.
All three of us go to the exact same place.
But this was the exact same type of shaker. And it had
Yeah, literally,
freaking
like
Old
if you go to
Bay.
Pizza Hut and they have the Parmesan cheese shaker, that's what it was. The Old Bay was in.
I couldn't believe it. It was the
Did
exact
you try
same
any Old Bay?
Yeah, did you try it?
shit. He didn't let me. It was on his side of the table. He didn't offer me any. And then no
I didn't think you
mental.
were going to put it on your breakfast food.
And no mental. He didn't offer the other guy it either. No.
Oh, you
didn't.
put it on your eggs? Oh, so
he
good.
He put it in his coffee. He put it everywhere. Yes, you did. I saw you.
Just splash some in your eyes to wake up. It's good.
I need a scented candle.
I bet you they make them.
I'm sure they do.
He had breakfast and lunch. Kenny could eat. It was crazy.
I eat a lot.
He drank
Except
the
at
Old
this
Bay.
ballpark because a hot dog is $12 freaking dollars.
All right. Settle down.
I'm still salty about that.
Settle down.
Unlike the soft pretzel,
Here it is.
which didn't have hardly any salt on it.
There.
The game was great. We all got a bobblehead. Elle stole a bobblehead. He got two.
I mean, they had happy hour there. I like that. $5 beers, $2.50 pretzels and popcorn. Cheapest
Oh, it was
beer
great.
at City is $15.
So did the Mets win?
What do you
Oh,
think?
God, no.
Did they play?
You've told me that they're the best baseball
Sucks
team
like New York.
in the world.
They're the best baseball team in Queens, maybe. They suck.
There's got to be a AAA team better than the Mets right now.
It's got to be a T-ball team better.
Oh, it was great. But anyway,
Oh, and we played 0 video games together. So we're going to have to rectify that.
time.
Yeah, we're going to
Absolutely.
make a full weekend of it.
Yes.
And
I would love to be able to do
break
that.
out the rock band stuff.
We need an achievement fest on the East Coast.
Somebody still owes a Victorious dance.
I do.
I would have done it
Well,
with
he
him.
did.
I knew for a fact that I was going to come up with Corey here. I thought Corey was going to be the one
He
that said it.
finally streamed an Xbox 360 game, so maybe that's like the next step.
So legit, that really was. I wanted to make sure that it worked, and I was honestly kind of surprised that it did.
Did you pop any
Now I
achievements,
just gotta
Kenny?
find my Connect, and I gotta get Victorious. Honestly, I really want to be able to do it at Achievement Fest. That's where I really want to be able to do it because I know someone there will have the Connect already set up. Someone will have Victorious, and I think that would just be the most fitting place to do it.
Let's meet in the middle. Let's do it in Virginia.
I'm down.
All right,
That's a wait.
you find the place, and we'll advertise.
Hey, Prue, we're gonna come over. We're gonna crash at your house, and we're gonna go play Victorious. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into the show proper.
Oh no,
So-
that was good food talk. We're already into this.
Hold on, I got to tag
That-
everyone just to annoy Chip.
Yeah, bingo.
Oh, of course, there always has to be food talk. Even when we skip food talk because Michelle was on last week, eventually we got around to food talk, even though she notoriously hates it. Yeah, show proper time. That's our topic of discussion this week. Our question that we asked the patrons comes from Vulgar Latin. He says, "What's your biggest video game pet peeve? Something that a game does, a mechanic, plot device, whatever, that just absolutely ticks you off."
I hate mechanics. There's nothing worse than mechanics.
Wow. All right, I see how that is. Seven people are going to understand that
Especially
joke.
mechanic simulators.
All right. So for the first patron response comes from Chesno. He says, I got a new one. I got a new one. Ring out in fighting games. There's nothing worse than getting your opponent down to low HP, and because they press one button, they win. I almost broke my C3PO 360 controller. Oof, that would have been the worst. Example, most recent would be Dragon Ball Budokai HD collection. Both games have a tournament where it's best of one. If you lose, you have to restart. Multiple times I got to the final match and lost last match due to ring out.
I mean,
I gotta be honest. I don't play a lot of fighting games, so I didn't know ring out was an actual thing. It makes sense if it's Dragon Ball and it's during the Cell games, because that was one of the original rules for it, is that there was going to be a ring out. But outside of that, I don't really know.
Maybe you should move to wrestling games, because that's like a whole strategy.
Here we go. I was gonna say ring out was prevalent in the Tekken games and Soul Calibur. Yeah, there was,
I remember it on the Dreamcast, like
absolutely.
a virtual
Tekken and Soul
fighter or
Calibur
something.
both had it. Yeah, they all had ring outs, and you would use that to your advantage. You wouldn't lose by it. You would try to win with it.
I don't remember. I didn't play a lot of Soul Calibur, so I can't really speak to that.
Ring
but,
out.
Tekken. I don't remember ring outs in Tekken, but it's
That's
also been forever since I've played that game.
Because you only looked up the cutscenes, dirty boy.
Yeah, the Nina cutscene in Tekken 3 is by far the best.
See, I liked King because he was a wrestler.
Of course you
He
did.
did wrestling. moves.
And actually, speaking of that, that's what I wanted to say.
Hey, yo.
You were talking about the wrestling games. I distinctly remember you making Brooke and I watch WWE or whatever the crap it was on Saturday.
You know
night.
what
I
it
already
is.
done forgot.
You know what
Can't
it
say
is.
those three letters, but you could say UFC.
No, I couldn't remember if it was that or AEW.
Okay, fair.
And I distinctly remember those people outside of the ring.
Exactly.
And by those people, I mean the wrestlers. I don't. So how is that not a ring out?
Oh well, because they were having.
Yeah,
they were
SummerSlam.
having.
That's it.
They were
Robert.
having a tribal combat match. See, and they were using weapons. Okay, and that one was allowed.
No rules.
Wait,
No rules
tribal
in that.
combat? That's a thing now?
That's what I said.
It wasn't that,
There was also an MMA fight.
dude. If you watch the MMA fight, and if you watch Cody,
It wasn't
my
an
God.
MMA fight. It was a wrestling match with MMA rules,
Oh,
which don't really
that's
translate to professional wrestling.
no.
No.
But you know who they are, Nate? It was Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler.
Sure. Yeah,
That's-
they're friends in real life.
They're quiet.
not
No,
true.
they're enemies
I did
now.
not see Ronda.
They're mortal enemies now.
No, but like she stays at her house and everything. Like they're friends. Like,
No,
brought her up with
they're
her, and trained
enemies.
her, and she actually taught her
Shayna
how to
turned on
fight.
her because
UFC.
she was taking all the glory. Okay.
Oh,
And she needed a way out.
Right.
are we using our made up names? Is that what we're doing?
No, it's their names.
I don't understand wrestling.
We can make this a wrestling podcast.
No, we cannot. I refuse.
You know, since I've last been on
I'm
the
in
show,
charge.
I am watching wrestling. I'm eating
No.
sandwiches for lunch.
No.
I have berated Mike Pitch in Willing and Dealing.
I don't understand why you're not on the podcast. Then you should be on the podcast. That's like requirements.
I'm just an extension of somebody else right now.
Yeah.
Rocker L over here.
You should have seen Cody trying to put on a Kimura. You would have died. Anyway,
Words.
you know what a Kimura is. An arm thing.
Well, I know. Yeah, I know that. That's from Real Fighting.
Right, exactly.
And after the fake fight, we watched Jake Paul fight. That was much better than the crap we
God.
watched on WWE.
We both fell asleep.
We did. It was so late.
I'd rather watch the other Paul brother, but that's better wrestling.
Let's start a fight at 1 a.m. Good idea.
MDP says, my biggest video game pet peeve is achievements.
Oh, stop it.
How
Valid.
dare you, sir?
Better
Here, I
than
thought
his
he was
normal
going to say,
answer. So.
not Rocket League or something.
Yeah.
I mean,
Uh,
he didn't expand on that answer, so I'm not sure if trolling or if he had an explanation for it.
honestly, both works. Let's be
Okay.
honest.
Okay.
J Black answer says, having a checkpoint right before an unskippable cutscene, especially when there's a tough battle right after it. If it's possible for the player to die a lot, then move the checkpoint to after the cutscene or let us skip past it when it replays. Absolutely. Not being able to skip things is the worst. Very much agree with that.
I'm trying to think of examples of this happening.
Well, I can tell you Fug's answer, because he says they don't respect his time, and it's frustrating when Lego games do this exact thing.
Lego games don't have long cutscenes. Stop it.
Lego games don't count.
They probably have a lot of cutscenes, right?
They don't have long cutscenes.
I don't know. I just got to go off his word.
All right. And then Skeptical Mario says, I'm irritated when games ask me if I want to lower the difficulty. It's not necessarily bad design, but I never will. Stop asking me. And he gives the example of Spec Ops: The Line. To which I think Michelle replied to that. Also said Forza Horizon. Whereas it's like, yes, I know I'm playing on an easy difficulty. Just let me win in peace.
Now that's interesting because that's two different things. Spec Ops, you die over and over. It says, do you want to get easier? But Forza shames you and says, are you sure you'd want to try a harder difficulty? So that's an interesting difference.
It works for me in Forza because I feel it's like, man, I am playing. I should be playing this on a higher difficulty.
I'm playing this at a high level.
I am good, aren't I?
Yes, you're right. I should be better.
Guilt trips you.
As for me, as soon as I read this question, I knew exactly what it was. And I encountered this the other day in Gears of War 3. A pet peeve of mine is press start to continue. I don't want to press start. My thumb's not on the start button. It's on the A button. Let me press the A button to continue. Why do I have to press the start button? I hate that when you get to the title screen, I can't just press a button to continue.
You know,
games that say press any button to continue, much better than press start to continue.
You know, I always test the developers when they say press any button. I will find the most random button to press. I'll press like down on the D-pad. Will this work?
Yes.
I'll press LB. Is this what you mean?
Press the share button.
Exactly. Do you really mean any button? I'll click the right thumbstick.
I have an extension of that, Kenny, that I just thought of.
Go ahead.
When the default is new game as opposed to continue game, and you have to hit down to continue game, when 99% of the time you're always going to go to continue game, yes.
I never thought about that.
This has even happened in Final Fantasy
too.
games, like big games that you would think would know better.
Mm-hmm.
That's just bad UI.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a pet peeve for sure.
Yeah, I'm sure you've seen it. It's horrible.
And not on J Black's games.
Yeah, it should have like continue at the top, and it's grayed out if you're just starting. And otherwise, you just go in straight into continue.
Mm-hmm.
And if you go to new game, it should tell you if it's going to wipe out your save.
Oh boy.
Yes.
That banana tells the truth.
Here's another thing. Why do I have to press a button? Why don't you just take me to the menu anyways?
Honestly.
Well, because you got to watch the opening thing.
And honestly, if we're going to go to that, why can I not skip the titles? All the, like the developer screens, the title screens. Just
okay,
let me go. Just
the game's loading at that point.
I'm on an Xbox Series X.
All
I want all my games to have loaded yesterday.
I want quick resume to just take me straight to the game. Skip the menus.
I really do want everything quick
Skip
resume.
Skip the playing part of the game. Just take me to the credits.
Get the achievements. Oh wait, Jabel had a programmer's answer. He says the button presses so we know what profile is active. See,
sometimes they don't hide that.
Rattle.
And maybe these other games are doing just that.
Yeah, they make you sign in again. Oh yeah.
Either way, if it says I want to say press any button to continue, not press start, and it has to be press start. I hate that. Drives me nuts.
Drives me nuts. Arg.
Arr.
Why don't you go ahead and start ringing off some?
Do we have a doc?
Yes, exactly, Metal Knight. You know it.
Which one are we up to?
A Heizo.
You skipped around.
No, I didn't.
Oh.
I know how to read an order.
You know how to read an order? Ahizo doesn't like lazy devs like, I think he says J Black. Oh, no, Crytek.
So why would you say that?
No. He says Crytek with hard-coded Rise, Son of Rome load screen timers because you couldn't make the game consistently load properly on new gen hardware. My Series X runs the game as badly as my VCR X1 did. All right, Ahizo, settle down. Rise was beautiful and a launch game. You got to give it some slack. I mean, at least a little bit. Yes, the load times were not good, but there was like 8 levels, so don't die and you'll be fine.
He's got a point. The Series X should make it load faster. Prominence Poker on the VCR Xbox takes 75 minutes to load. On my Series X, it takes like 10.
10
minutes?
Which also,
yes, 10 minutes.
Well, 10 seconds, sorry. Which, like, why does a poker game take
and you'll
that
have a daughter
to load, first of all?
Well, I mean, it's because he uses the Unreal Engine, number one. What good poker game doesn't use the Unreal Engine? Come on.
You got to load 52 cards, like, I don't know, 1,000 times.
Mighty Mango, whoever that is, says fetch quests. I cannot stand fetch quest games like Borderlands and things like that. Second place is unskippable cutscenes, and because this is an achievement podcast, third would be difficulties that don't stack. Amen.
Oh my god, yes.
Yeah, I mean, Borderlands, we won't get into that, but yeah, it's like, go get this and go get that. It's like, all right, you go get yourself, damn it. I want to go shoot some stuff. And drive around on this awful car with horrible map. And then get a bunch of inventory and run out of inventory slots. Dumb game.
Borderlands is good.
Oh. My pet peeve is a real weird one. It's when a game doesn't have subtitles. I know I talked about this, but Assassin's Creed 1 has no subtitles, and I hate it, and it makes me mad. And I just don't get invested as much when I'm not reading the words. I don't know. My mind wanders.
Really?
I miss it. Yeah, or someone runs by, or I don't know. I want subtitles all the time. It just helps me focus. And games, movies, shows, everything.
Ugh.
When I listen to a song, I read the lyrics along with it. It just helps me. I can't be the only
Neo
one.
apparently agrees with you.
Oh, see? I knew someone would. Even if it's
Wheezy Fuzz too. I can't hear without subtitles.
Yeah.
I guess I must be alone. I like turning subtitles off. I don't want the text getting in the way of my cutscene.
I mean, a lot of games.
I have bad hearing, anyways. I need those words.
Yeah, I mean, a
Just
lot
an
of
old
games.
thing.
A lot of games have it on by default. Most do, like Walking Dead games, such like that. You always have the words on the screen, and I don't know. It just always needs to be there. And then some have the opening cutscenes without the subtitle, and then you got to go in there and put them on. I think the default should be on, and then you could turn them off if you want to. That's what I think.
I will say I do put the subtitles on in Left 4 Dead, but that's just because it tells you when a hunter or something is coming.
Yeah. All right. See, there's a lot of old people in the chat, like Fug and Lucas.
I mean, to be honest, that's what a system setting is for, right? Like, you should be able to say this at a system level. Like, when I play a game, I want subtitles on, and games should then be able to use that profile and say, okay, subtitles on, gotcha.
So it shouldn't be game dependent. It should just always be there.
Yeah, well, I mean, you should be able to turn it on and off in a game, sure. But, like, the default should be set to whatever your profile setting is. Like, hey, I'm old, and I like subtitles.
That's a good point. Like, you use, like, Chrome and apps in different apps now on Windows, and it's like you can use dark or mode or light mode or the system settings, the system default.
Yeah.
That is really interesting, and I bet you we won't see it ever, but we should.
Yeah, that's actually a really good saying I should have. Thank you, Snoop. He's on my side. And also now that I think about it, I'm half blind, so like,
So what about
subtitles doesn't really help me, so it's not like I can read them half the time.
Do you have like super hearing because your ears are trying to make up for your eyes?
So with that
I
said,
did have super hearing. Concerts have destroyed my hearing.
with that said, every game should have a brightness setting as well. See? That'll help you. It'll help me too. I mean, I wish Marylanders had a brightness setting, but that's neither here nor there.
They should have the thing that says, turn the slider until you can
I
just
am the
see.
brightness setting. Have you not seen this?
They say adjust the brightness so
that's
you
a
can
different
just
kind of
barely see
brightness
the image on the left. And if you don't want to be scared, look at the image on the right. Like, that's how they should do the brightness setting.
That's exactly
So
correct. I understand.
there's like the perfect gamma setting, and there's the don't scare me setting. That should be on there as well.
Nate, go ahead and you start reading off the page responses.
All right. Hawkeye Barry says, having a very dumb AI partner like Dom from the first Gears of War game, not only is he worthless with enemies, but he can actually be a detriment. He could get himself killed and end your run.
Now, what is Al going to say
Vulgar
to
Latin.
this? Stop.
Do what?
What is Al going to say to this? Good. You should not be playing Gears by
Gears of
yourself.
War.
You know what I'm going to say.
He didn't. He played
right,
with the very dumb
No.
AI partner.
Yeah, I play with a very dumb AI partner.
And I'm pretty sure in Gears 1 you can revive your partner. So I don't understand that one. Revive me.
Unless they get curb stomped, right?
Oh, no, unless they get like, if you go down and then go down again or something.
Oh,
Blown up.
made me think of a new pet peeve.
Blown up.
Well, are you going to say yours at the
Dumb
end,
AI.
or are you going to jump in now?
No, it'll work now. That reminds me of Minecraft Dungeons. When one person goes down, it just ends the run for everybody. And I hated that.
Really?
Well, it doesn't go
doesn't.
down immediately. They give you like a 10 seconds.
You have a window, but it gets progressively harder until it's just like, nah, redo it.
Yeah.
That made me so mad every time that J Black and Prue and Kronos went down because I never did.
Of
The
course
Ascent
not.
would do that too.
If I did, they could tell me, but they're not here, so I guess I never did. Did the Ascent do that? I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. That game was terrible.
The Ascent had something like that as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I hate that.
Vulgar Latin says, I'll go with lazy guide writing. No, I don't want to watch your video, write it out. I had a walkthrough that started with text and then was like, well, you know the mechanics. Here's the video for the rest of the levels. I felt disgust.
Video guides.
Do what? Oh,
You know how
I was thinking
you click,
in-game.
Yeah, he's talking about probably TA specific.
Yeah, probably.
And you click in an achievement and you're like, oh, what's the solution? Oh, it's a YouTube video. Go back. I'm not going to watch that. You go to the next achievement, same video. I hate that.
Oh, this YouTube video doesn't have subtitles. Retstack says the achievement for getting all the other achievements just feels like we couldn't think of anything better. Or like, hey,
good
we
one.
copied this over, we cut and pasted this from the PlayStation version, and we can't figure out how to take this out. Or we can't do math to readjust the scores. Matrix says, Forza Horizon pretty aggressively asks about changing difficulty. No game. I want to play on the easiest difficulty, so I feel awesome at the game. Leave me alone. We mentioned that earlier, but that's still,
My bad. But yes.
Still good. So my pet peeves, they've already been mentioned.
Yeah.
Subtitles was top of my list. Subtitles not being on by default or not being available is kind of annoying. I prefer them as well. I like to laugh at the jokes before they're said. My wife comments on as we're watching shows.
That is true.
Not being able to. Everyone also saying not being able to skip the cutscenes. Absolutely. Some games I was playing recently had that same issue. Fist, Forged in Shadow Torch, also has that. Sometimes if you don't beat the boss, you have to watch some cutscenes every time you go in. And it does let you skip part of it, but not all of it. And that's annoying. That's all I've got right now. I should have written more down. I was thinking of some more as we were going through, so I'll just interrupt when Corey's going. Go ahead, Corey.
Well, that's
Perfect.
good because mine's going to be short. Unskippable cutscenes, that's definitely me. My time is precious, and if you don't respect it, then I don't respect you. Stepping out of video games and going back towards guides, Mental doesn't want to name names, but his biggest pet peeve in video games is by far the Welsh Hunter. Not to name names. Maybe sometimes if you can't think of a joke, just take a breather for a few seconds. We'll stick around. Maybe sometimes instead of ass butt head and fluberdubers, you could just call Mike, Mike. And just call stairs, stairs. We'd all be on the same page. All I'm going to do is hold up my fist in solidarity. Moving on. Chewy. Our beloved Chewy says, games which limit your saving options. So if you miss something, you've got to start over, including but not limited to no manual saving options, no checkpoint select, or lack of multiple autosaves in case you want to go back to an earlier one. Saves don't take up that much space these days. Gone are the PlayStation 1 days when you fill up an entire memory card with one game. So give us lots more savings and reloading options.
Yeah.
That's actually funny.
I think some of that's like built-in difficulty levels, Like the developer says, you need to be a little skillful. Just don't die.
Can't be like Skyrim and you have 720 saves by the time you're done.
So kind of like Resident Evil.
Is it unlimited in Skyrim?
Bethesda
as far as I can
always.
tell, I've never hit a limit. And I've had well over 100 saves.
On games that allow me to save as many times as I want, I'll usually rotate like 3 saves. But if games allow you to make a copy of a save, kind of like The Mummy Demastered, that was okay. You could still lose a lot of progress, but you could go back for the no death achievement. But yeah, that sucks when you don't have options and you are solely relying on the autosave, which in some cases is not good.
Yeah, and Ace of the North in chat response to that was, I feel like the biggest issue is missables over limited saves. Yeah, that sucks when there's a missable. No chapter select, really? That kind of sucks. That's also a pet peeve.
Yeah, and when like you...
Depending on the game.
Maybe even when you go to a point of no return, but you don't know that it was a point of no return, and you could have went left, and you're like, I'm going to go right first to check. Yeah, that totally sucks.
Yeah, always go left first.
And then it's a waterfall, and then there's nothing there, and you're like, why did I go this way?
I just remembered one. It's not a pet peeve. It's like the opposite of a pet peeve. It's like, hey, this one developer did this. And it's Batman. Like when you come back to the game, it gives you like a little reminder of what the story was when you last played it 3 years ago. But they also have when games have like little reminders of how to do the moves, like inside the menu, and it's just like you can see the little video of the guy doing the move, and you can sort of see the controls for it, and be like, oh yeah, that's how you do a punch. Like those sorts of reminders when you're an achievement hunter and you jump from game to game to game, and it could be in sometimes a decade, literally a decade before you go back and play a game again. It'd be really nice to have like that reminder of what you're doing. That's not really pet peeve because you can't really expect everybody to do that, but man, it's so nice when it's there.
Yes.
Yeah, the Twitch chat people came up with 2 great answers that are L-centric. I can't believe I didn't come up with them. Number 1, Neo said co-op achievements where they only pop for the host. Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Happens more than you would think.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Does it happen in recent games, or are these all old games?
Oops. What's a recent game? I don't know what you're talking about.
Like
I feel like there was a
Shredder's
game
Revenge. It didn't
recently that you talked
do that.
about.
No, actually,
Shredder's Revenge does do that.
It did have one achievement that did that. I don't remember what it was.
Well, that's a good example because the next answer was Ace, who said couch co-op only is his pet peeve, and we've been through a pandemic. People figure it out.
Good one.
So Shredder's Revenge, perfect example. If you play online, achievements pop for everyone. If you play local, nope, first player only. So
That's fair enough.
Power Wash only pops for those.
Power Wash. Yeah, some things only pop for the host.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, you're right. That sucks.
I knew there was something somewhat recently that had
If there's a co-op mode where both people are starting at the same point, both people should get it.
Mm-hmm.
Every time. Michelle, I don't know if you meant to say that, but you wrote Power Wash only pops for the hose. Which is just amazing.
The audio version,
That's perfect.
HOSE.
That's amazing. just don't say ever anything again. That's amazing. Oh, hi,
It's
Michelle.
a pun.
Pun. And Doss is saying things about couches that we don't need to talk about. All right, next.
And last one, Corey.
That I already read a long time ago. Yeah. Fug doesn't like
that's right. Though.
Just read it again.
Lego games. So his pet peeve is lit Legos and stepping on them.
Now, did you guys like the old Lego style where they didn't talk, or the newer Lego style where they did talk?
Definitely where they talk.
That would require me to play both.
I'm sure you.
But I would prefer talking.
I could already tell you that.
You never played an older one?
I have.
Like
I
Indiana
haven't played a
Jones?
newer one.
Ah.
I haven't played the older ones, and I can just tell you the newer ones are better with voice acting. The voice acting is always better. There's never a time when it's not.
But they're just ripped from the movies usually, right? The voice acting.
No, it's saying it's new. New recordings.
You got to ask someone that's played it. I have no idea. Where's Jables? He'll tell you.
I don't think he would know, but
Michelle's throwing you shade, Corey.
I don't skip all cutscenes. I watched all the fist cutscenes. It depends. Just depends if I like it or not.
How would you know
It
if you
depends on the
skipped them?
game.
My favorite is when it's voice acted and it's not really a cutscene, but you can press A to finish the dialogue, and I can usually read it before they say it, and then I can go quick. But if they don't allow me to skip cutscenes, I'll immediately just give it a demerit, and it'll make me mad enough to not want to listen. So there, take that, game.
Oh, we're famous. We have a bot.
Ugh.
Everyone,
He's giving
get
us the full
Dogecoin.
length.
Doge, whatever.
Anyways,
All right.
Doggy hype.
Anyways. Well, if nobody else can think of any other pet peeves, I feel like I had another one.
Probably a million. We'll
Thank
think
you,
of.
Jables. I'm sure I'll think of it later on. Anyways, let's go ahead and get into the game showcase. Let's start with Corey. What have you been up to? What brilliant game do you want to talk about?
well, guys, since it's the four of us again, and it's like old times, you want to talk about a game that we've talked about a million times?
Yes.
Sure, we can talk about Gears, Pop.
absolutely do.
So let's talk about Moving Out.
Oh, darn it.
The second one. It's a brand new game. None of you ever played it because it's not out yet. You're getting the early scoop. I am playing Moving Out 2.
Is there an embargo? Are you gonna get us slapped with an embargo, Corey?
No, because Achievement Hunting 101 did not
That's true.
request this game.
I'm gonna guess
This is his devious plan.
right.
He's going to get us banned, start his own podcast.
Nah,
before
trust me, no.
before you tell us, I'm just gonna take a guess that if you played one, you've played two. There's my guess, but go ahead.
I've played one twice. So I am playing Moving Out 2. It comes out soon. And it's best described by me as probably a near perfect sequel. That doesn't mean it's a perfect game, but what you want a sequel to be off of a good game, I think this delivers. It only improves upon the first. It doesn't add a ton, which I think can hurt games when they try to do too much. It takes the standard, Moving Out formula where you're moving furniture from a house and, put it back into the van. Basically, that is the first game's gameplay. Not only do they have that here, they also change it up and give you different types of level goals. Some of them, you don't move out furniture, you move in furniture.
Oh, snap.
Mind blown.
Yeah. There are things that I couldn't remember that the first had or not. I have not revisited the first to check, but like there are levels where you need to shoot furniture across slingshots and maneuver them through falling floors and stuff like that. There's probably more puzzles in this one to get around and get all the little hidden things. You may have remember that the first one, you play the level and it tells you to beat a time. After you beat it the first time, you get bonus objectives. It is possible to unlock those on your first go. You just don't know what they are until you play it once, and until somebody makes a guide, of course. But those have been fun to try to figure out because they're not always obvious. There are certainly some of the drawbacks of the bonus objectives exist here that existed in the first time, where like maybe you need to break all the windows and then you also need to not break any windows. So you have to play the level 3 times if you didn't know that the first go. It doesn't seem to have happened a lot, but it does happen some. I have beat the game today, the story. I did not do a final...
There's a story?
There's a story, of course. First one had a story. This one has a story. It's hilarious. It's all text-based, no voice acting, unfortunately. But
gross.
Just like the first one with hilarious antics, this one just amps that up. There are hidden collectibles in the levels, just like the first. It's just more of the first game, which I think is what we all wanted. And staying true to that first game and how I think it was accepted really well was the accessibility options. And they do exist in this version as well. That really helps when you're playing solo because you can make heavier objects easier to maneuver with one person. It allows you to complete things a little slower and still get the good times. And then probably my favorite, because it's the easiest for me, is whenever you put an object into a truck, it disappears versus you having to play Tetris to make it fit. Does it defeat part of the game design? Sure, you could argue that it does, but I find way more enjoyment when I don't have to stress about that part. So turning it off is an anti-pet peeve. I really enjoy it. The only thing I can not talk to about this game is the co-op. It has online co-op for the first time. I think it's up to 4 players, so I will be looking forward. I think it's 4. It's at least 2. I think it's 4. So I'll be looking forward to playing with people when it's available to more people. No indication it's coming to Game Pass or anything like that. So
yet,
there's a good chance it comes based off the first. And then lastly, knowing that they focused on co-op is a big part of it. I can definitely see some levels are catered towards multiple people. You still have to play them. It's not like they give you a different version of the level with one person. So those levels I found not as fun, but again, playing with multiple people like it's designed, I think it would probably be a blast. So yeah, if you have any questions, I'll try to answer them, but Moving Out 2 is coming soon and it's more the same, which I think is a really good thing.
So are you going for the first completion?
Probably not. Like I said, I completed the story today. There's not a lot of people playing it or playing it for reviews, I would imagine. I've gotten 600 of the 1,000 gamer score, just over 12 hours. It's going to take, the completion is doable. Basically, you just do everything. I think there are 255 total objectives. Each level has the 2 time objectives and then 3 bonus objectives. I'm somewhere in the ballpark of, 170, 180 out of the 255 after completing the story. So I definitely need to go back. Some of them I have not been able to figure out. So I don't know if I'm going to bang my head trying to do that. I've already spent 20, 30 minutes on one early level trying to figure out what that bonus objective means, and I just can't. So I probably won't. I'm happy to kind of give it a break because it's definitely a game where I think you can burn yourself out if you're just trying to speed through it. So yeah, probably not, but we'll see. There's a lot of good games coming out this month that I have already started or am about to get into. So
okay, I just noticed you got 20 out of 28 achievements, and the next highest has 11. So
yeah, this one came to me really early for review. This game comes out on the 15th. And I've had it since July 29th, apparently. So normally you don't get games that early. So just kind of luck of the draw with that. But yeah, it's good stuff.
Did you mention if it was the same accessibility options to make it super easy?
I did. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It seems to be the same. I haven't turned everything on, but the ones I mentioned for sure, those help with completing the objectives, especially the time ones. That's the biggest one.
Yeah, making things lighter. So one person can carry a couch instead of needing two people. Yeah.
Yeah. So all of them again.
Yeah.
Right.
Probably. I didn't compare, but there's quite a bit of accessibility options, and you can pick and choose which ones you want. So that's really nice.
Did they have the same models from the first game, or did they have new ones? Did you look at that?
The characters, you mean?
Yeah, the characters. Yeah.
Yeah, there are. They bring those back, and one of the hidden collectibles, there are style crates, so you actually unlock a lot of different clothing options, or really like palette swaps for the characters. There's probably even some new ones. I haven't gone through that much. I picked a taco head guy as soon as I got him, and kind of stuck with him ever since.
Taco head guy. Yeah, because Mental was asking how much can you customize your look.
I think you can just pick one of the predefined palettes. I don't think you can swap clothes and heads or anything like that. I would need to verify that though.
No head swapping.
Yeah, so just kind of more of the same game. So if you like the first one, play this one.
Exactly. And like I said, I think they've nailed it.
I noticed that it's currently only listed for Xbox One and Series, which makes me think and hope that it's going to be a PC stack.
They have done it before.
So now my question.
Yeah.
It's $30. Buy it or wait.
How dare you? How dare you? This is an instant buy.
I'm not asking you. I'm asking the guy that's actually played it. In a sea of games that we have, is it worth $30?
I think it is, to be honest.
Whoa.
Now, I'm just gonna leave it at that. I think it's worth $30. This developer, for Xbox, they've only made Moving Out and Death Squared, but even Death Squared is a highly rated game as well. So, it seems like whenever they do something, they do it well. So, I think this one's definitely worth the price. I'm just going to check Moving Out, the first one. That one's $25. This one's definitely worth $5 more than that for sure.
Well, all right.
But we got that one for free. Oh no, it's Game Pass.
It may have been Games with Gold at one point, but it definitely was Game Pass.
Was it?
Maybe.
Yeah. All of the above.
Oh yeah. Yep. November 2021.
I don't remember.
But it also had a stack and it had DLC, so sky's the limit.
All right. In that case, let's go to L next. What game do you want to bring?
Do you remember last week when I told you I was going to talk about a really good game this week because last week I was playing baby games?
Maybe.
Yeah, I don't think you said that.
Oh, I did, but
I
I
don't think
lied.
you ever said that.
I lied, but I did play a game with excellent customization, and and it totally wasn't on my RTDL. And it is a Game Pass game called My Friend Peppa Pig. Now, my daughter...
You're kidding.
Well, my daughter is 10, and maybe she's a little
That
too old
helps.
for this, but not really. She had a great time. It's baby's first point and click, which I didn't realize it was. I don't know what I thought
And
it
it's
was.
a point and click?
No, it's
Oh,
the
God.
A button
It's even
simulator.
worse.
This game is the A button
Well,
simulator.
I remember you saying it's the A button simulator, but you do have to move around. But yeah, it's not a point and click
God, it's
with
Peppa
inventory.
Pig and it's point and click.
It's press A on everything. Yeah, it's what you said. I love you, Fug. I wanted to tell you that you should play this with your children. I think Morgan would love this game, Fug. So I think that I did what a lot of people did and just hand the controller off to their kid, because this game is a half hour to an hour, but it's got 1200 TA. So I think a lot of people just didn't complete it, but it looks like, I don't know if they're missable, but there's stuff where you can go one way and not the other, and then you wind up with one achievement. So in the beginning of the game, you can go to the kitchen, or you can go upstairs, and if you go to the kitchen, you help the dad find his glasses, and that's an achievement. But in the walkthrough, there's another thing you can get, and it's a higher ratio. So it's not one of those games where you have an automatic 1.0 ratio for the first achievement. There's different things you can do. But nothing's listed as missable, so I think you could just go through. And
If I recall, there are some like weirdness, glitchiness to them. I don't know. There's a lot of guides for these achievements.
yeah, I saw people complaining about the first one, the Mr. Dinosaur for George, where he doesn't show up, or you have to turn off the TV.
Yeah, I remember I had to replay it after my kids stopped playing it. And I basically had to redo it from the beginning because something was not working out.
Oh, wonderful. I figured it would be easy. And
Well, it's not hard. It's like Koosh said, it's a press A simulator.
but if it's going to cause strife, that's no good.
You just gotta press A in the right spots.
Yeah, because my impression of Peppa Pig, the show, is that it was very annoying.
Awful.
And that,
I mean, you played the game. That's the show.
well, and then, I don't know, is it a meme or something where the baby is just crying and crying and crying? Like,
I think that's the
so
show.
So far, it's been fine. The parents are saying, oh, you made a new friend, and then you play as the friend. You're not playing as Peppa Pig, which I also found was interesting. You're playing as Peppa Pig's friend, and you just go around and you go through her house, and you just, touch whatever you want. You touch her toys. And then, the parents just walk in on you and say, what are you doing? And then you're like, just playing with toys. And then you just leave the house, and sometimes you have, what do you call it when kids watch, when the parents are watching you? Supervision, that's the word. Sometimes you have supervision, and sometimes you don't. And then the baby just walks around and says, dinosaur, dinosaur, dinosaur. And apparently he does that on the show also. But there's
Why does this game have 80,000 people?
You know why? It's either Gamerscore people or people with kids. Both are fair answers. You'll find out one day. Yes, you will.
No, I won't.
You're not going to be giving...
It's also Game Pass.
No.
It's because it's Game Pass. No one's going to spend $40 on this.
You're not going to give Oliver the controller and say, here, play Halo when he's 5 years old. You're gonna...
No, I'm going to play Lego games for him. No, Peppa Pig's forbidden. No.
All right.
I hate Peppa Pig with a passion. It's like the only thing that I purposely try to block on his YouTube Kids account. I try to block all the Peppa Pig stuff. I hate it. It's so annoying.
And then when you start the game, there's you can customize which animal type you are and the hairstyle and all that stuff, gender and your outfit. And kids love that stuff. And there's 3 save slots. It's funny you mentioned that. Going with what we were talking about earlier.
That's hilarious.
3 games you could play. So I can't wait to go through and tell you more about this great game. get the
Yeah,
completion.
you definitely want to save Scum Peppa Pig. I mean,
I can't. I would love to save Scum it.
Ugh.
That is a pet peeve that I didn't say before. Like on the 360, you can back up your save to the cloud or to a flash drive. On the one, you're kind of at the mercy of the cloud. So you have to get real creative when you're trying to save Scum. We wouldn't do that though.
No, of course not.
Neo, I'm talking about a super AAA game. Don't worry about it.
I mean, yeah, when you want to get the full Paragon in Peppa Pig versus the other, I mean, yeah,
Renegade.
It is nice. Yeah, thank you, Renegade. You definitely want to save Scum that.
I mean, you're all making fun of me, but you've all played it too, so you know.
No, I haven't.
Well, Koosh and Corey have.
Oh, I know they have.
I gave it to my daughters.
Yeah,
They played it. They got bored. I had to finish it.
That's the worst.
I mean,
That's
there's
even worse.
fully voice acted cutscenes. I mean, just
Yeah,
well
but then the
made.
Peppa Pig voice.
Yeah.
is-
Oi, mommy, can I go to my grandma's house?
I never understand why the kids have names, but then the parents are just mommy and daddy pig. Like, what? How lazy is that? Or is that just a copyright
I mean,
reason?
That's their name.
The parents aren't important. That's why.
We do that in Ernestine Bears also. Our mommy, dad, and brother and sister. Like, what kind of names are these? But all the friends have real names.
That's
Do
Comes up with
your
this stuff.
kids call you Elliot when they were like
Yes.
4 years old?
Yeah, like Homer. Yes.
Elliot, make me a sandwich.
They call me Big Al. My daughter does call me Big Al all the time.
that's funny.
Eh,
She had the 69.
I would hope not. But it is on my jersey that you liked. I do have a custom.
You do have a nice jersey.
Custom Big Al 69 Mets jersey. Yeah, it's very nice.
It made its
Big
way
Al.
onto SmackDown.
It did. It definitely did. Yeah,
Yeah.
it certainly did. Anyway, Peppa Pig, if you have kids, play it. Oh, what did you call your mom? Mom. I never understood like the mum and mummy and mother and father and
So
Pop-
you didn't call her by her
Pops.
name?
pops. I call my dad. I call them by their names now. You know.
Yeah, but not when you were a kid. Which this is a kid show.
Funny story.
That's not the
Oliver
point.
actually does call me by my name
Yeah. Why not?
because he hears like my nephews or Brooke saying Kenny. So then every so often, instead of saying Daddy, Oliver will be like Kenny.
It's cute.
It just makes me laugh.
Why not?
And you're like, no, it's Mr. Old Bay.
Mr. Old Bay.
See,
Was
when
that-
he's old, he can use the pickup line on his wife. Say,
My
no, this is my
father.
Old Bay.
My father was Mr. Old Bay.
Yes, exactly. All right. Gosh. All right. Who?
Anyway, play My Friend Peppa Pig for your kids, definitely.
Yes, definitely for
With
the
your
kids.
with your young kids. Classic.
All right, Nate. Save this. Tell me you've got a good game to bring.
I
Not
played
Peppa
JoJo
Pig.
Siwa.
Excuse me. Okay, I have played that.
Months ago, I played that actually.
The
But
Black
I'm not
Eyed
talking
Peas
about
experience.
that tonight.
Those
Okay,
have
talk-
that has some earworms in it.
Yes. I'm going to talk about some actual good games that are short, but also on Game Pass. While I was at the ocean, I didn't really have much. I didn't have access to much to play, so it was like, well, okay, I can play what's on the cloud, or I can play what I can download via Game Pass onto my Surface.
Like the actual cloud
I
that
tried
you were
to
looking
connect
at.
back. I tried to do a remote back to my Xbox, but it wasn't working because the internet or something. I don't know. So I was kind of stuck playing new Game Pass games that were actually really pretty great. The first one was TOEM, TOEM. What that stands for, I don't know. I don't think they ever explained it. If they do,
The
this
heck
game
is
is
this?
in black and white, and it's kind of like it's a little bit like a Zelda or a maybe a Pokemon Snap. I say that having never played Pokemon Snap. The only thing
What?
that I can say about it is you have a camera, and you're going around, and you are tasked with taking pictures of certain things. So, like, there is a photo club And
Close enough.
Each one of these levels, you'll go to this photo club, and they'll give you challenges and say, "Oh, take pictures of these 3 ingredients, or take a picture of someone who's in distress," and you have to go figure that out. But it's got like that Zelda overworld type map where you're just trying to get from room to room. There's little puzzles you have to solve. Sometimes when you try to take a picture of something, it hides, so you have to use your tripod and then go hide behind something, and then use your tripod to take a picture of this monster when it comes out, for instance. Sometimes you will have to go from level to level. Like the picture you need might be on a different level, and you have to then travel back. There's a bus, and there's a stamp system. So as you complete challenges, you'll get a stamp, level, and you have to complete the 8 or 10 or however many stamps in order to get the bus pass to the next area. And you can always travel back and forth using that bus pass. The game had some DLC, I guess, on the PC or Steam version, and that is included in the base game. So the game and the DLC together combined to 1,000 gamer score. And man, this game's just fun. It's just easy, just fun gameplay, and just a good time. Not too challenging. There are solutions everywhere. If you don't see it on TA, you can just go follow guides on Steam or whatever. And I think I spent, according to TA, I spent just under 6 hours. And it was a great time the entire time. Next up was
Did you use
Venba.
a guide? Oh, you said you or just this random solution?
Yeah, I mean, there are guides. There are guides on Steam. Some of them are better than others. Some of them are in Russian, I think. But those didn't work too well for me.
That's helpful.
Some of them are for just the base game, and some of them are for the base game plus the DLC.
Okay.
The DLC, I think, by itself took maybe close to 2 hours. It kind of felt a little bit long. The DLC, I was starting to get a little bit tired of it as I was playing, but I came in right around that 6 hour mark, and I, for the most part, was entertained the entire time. It started to drag a little bit, like I said, at the end in that DLC, but for the most part, great game. I totally recommend Toem.
Wait.
And
Okay.
yes,
Wait, so what do you mean by DLC?
DLC meaning that like
Downloadable content.
meaning that it wasn't part of the original base game. It is part of the Game Pass game, so it is part of that full 1,000 gamer score. But
Okay,
as
so
you
it's not
play
an add-on.
No, it's not really an add-on. But as you
Okay.
play the game, you can tell that
Gotcha.
it was an add-on originally, but in
Okay.
the game, in the Xbox version, it's all wrapped.
Okay.
But it still
see now.
treats it as if it was DLC.
Interesting.
When you go in, it tells you to do this and go talk to this person, then go to this
Okay.
town, and then you'll take the boat out to this new island, and that new island contains that extra content. And then the other game I played, which was extremely short, was Venba. We had mentioned this. I know Matriarch was pretty interested in playing this. And this game is just tells the story of a family.
Oh, that.
Yeah, and it's kind of a cooking, sort of a puzzle game, but not really. It's more like follow the directions, and we're going to make the directions more obscure as we go along, and sometimes they're just going to be completely scratched out. But if you press the help button, we'll give you hints and basically tell you how to do it. Now, this game, there's no missables in this. You will be kind of going through, and if you mess up, you can always replay a level. There is chapter select, so you can go back. However, it has that pet peeve of, I can't skip the story. I have to continue through the story till I get to the cooking part that allows me to do the thing I need to do. There's achievements for completing every cooking scene with no errors. That can be done via chapter select. So if you happen to miss the first two because you're just trying to figure out how the game works, that's cool. And then as you get through the end, you can always go back and choose level 1, do it correctly, choose level 2, do it correctly, and it'll pop. So there were no issues with the pops for any of that stuff. For reading all of the flavor text. So as you're doing a recipe, if you press Y and choose the middle option, there'll be some extra information about this dish or something like that. But yeah, it tells the story of this family, and how food plays an important part as part of their culture. And TA says it takes 1 to 2 hours. I spent 3 hours on this. Number one, because my daughter liked it, so she was making some dosas, and that was fun. And then we made like there's like some sort of coconut rocket type thing that was fun to watch it fall apart. So so we did that as well. And yeah, I just had a really great time with these 2 games, Toem and Venba, relatively new to Game Pass, all out. I think the end of July. Or early August, they both came to Game Pass, and they're super fun and not very in depth and just great.
Both those games, especially the Toem, very much look like Nick games.
I just wish it was in color. That's all.
Oh, 100%.
You think that would be too much?
Well. It actually works really well. Yeah, it works really well in grayscale. If it was in color, I think things might stick out too much. I like make it. I don't know, it would be a different game if it was in color. But it was a fun time.
I don't like black and white, so I get that. But I do see your point, Nate.
Harley, get out of
there. The way the style of the game is being in black and white, it does work. I was watching a couple of clips where there was like chickens running around or something like that, and he was trying to get the picture of them. So like, if they're in color, they might not stand out as well, or might just not look. They might clash a little bit more with the background. So I understand what you mean.
And one of the challenges is like, hey, spot these kids hiding in the woods, and if they had color that kind of popped, it would be make it a whole lot easier. Not that it's really difficult, but it would change the game a little bit.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
All right.
But yeah, 2 short games that are super good.
And those are perfect Game
Nice.
Pass games, it seems.
Those are perfect to play when you have 2 weeks left to play them.
Yeah, they're definitely doable. If these come up, even if they come up at the same time to leave Game Pass, which they might, they're very doable.
And I would say both of them have terrible names. But
Yes.
that's what I always say.
I won't disagree.
I mean, Toem, yes. Venba, I think you're racist.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, does that mean something?
what do you mean you think? If I was scrolling through and saw those, yeah. It's not Totem. Whoever put that. Toem pole.
Yeah, Venba is a form of classical Tamil poetry. So,
Oh, yeah,
there you
I
go.
didn't know that.
If you say so, I'll take your word for it. All right. Well, to round out the game showcase, I'm going to go ahead and talk about the game that I played during the pre-show, and let me get my crown on while I do this.
Yeah.
I was playing a super new game.
That's
Brand new
Random doggy.
to me. And that would be the Burger King game Sneak King. Now, forever ago, and I'm not gonna lie, I kind of forgot I even had these games. Jable sent me the Burger King games, and he wanted me to stream them, and I just haven't done it. And I was looking for a game to be able to stream before we record the podcast, and I was like, "Oh, this is a good opportunity to stream this." Now, I have not played these games significantly anyway. If I had played them, it was like way back when at a friend's house, and more likely than not, it was the OG Xbox instead of the 360 one. And I gotta say, Sneak King is a game. Yeah, it is not good at all. It is one of the biggest pet peeves of that game is the fact that all of your controls are inverted. Basically, you move the camera stick to the left, it rotates it to the right. Move it to the right, it rotates it to the left. It's it's not good. I could see why these games are $4, but like at the same time, there is more game in this game for $4 than a lot of like the Ratalaika games at like $5 or now $6. It's the game is basically more or less you have to sneak around some set environment. The one that you start off with is as a sawmill, and you have to deliver some sort of Burger King item to the hungry sawmill workers. But as the title implies, you have to do it sneaky. And you have to sneak around, do it. All of the workers have a line of sight, and you have to do it without them catching you for reasons. I don't know why. Now, there are places that you can hide around the map to help you be more sneaky. But then, like, as you go through and you deliver your sandwiches, depending upon how sneaky you were, and how you deliver them, if you're in hiding when you did or whatnot, you get more points. And yeah, that's about it. There's not a lot to this game. I mean, it was a $4 Burger King game, so like, it is what it is. It's not awful, all things considered, but it's also not good in 2023. TA has it a 1.94 rating, and that's probably fair.
I mean, this was top tier when it launched, I gotta say. This was
somehow I doubt that.
I mean, I didn't play any of these, but Sneak King seems like the worst one, like concept-wise.
So that's what I'm sorry, whoever said in chat, and I don't remember. Someone said, actually, it might have been Jables, said that this is like the worst of the three. So lucky me, starting out with the worst. It only goes up from here.
Right, because you also have Pocket Bike Racer and Big Bumpin', so those are more.
Yes.
Big Bumpin's amazing
games. So
I think Big Bumpin's like Rocket League, and then Pocket Bike Racer, I assume, it's just a kart racer.
Yeah.
And so yeah, Pocket Bike Racing, I'll be super excited for. I love me some kart racing games. So that might actually be fun.
Here's a fun fact. All three games were created in just 7 months and were considered to be of such high quality that they were pulled from Xbox Live Arcade to be sold as a box product directly at Burger King.
Huh. Interesting.
Was this the game where someone collected like thousands of them? Does anyone remember?
Probably. See
that sounds familiar.
GameStop did.
Yeah, besides GameStop. I remember some article where someone tried to collect as many as they could.
It could be this because they were like
Someone
10 cents or 30 cents at GameStop.
Mental Knight saying yes, and folks saying I think so. So yeah.
Yeah, if you go to GameStop,
I
you'll
can
find
see someone trying to collect 1 million of these things.
Yeah, somebody on Reddit, he had over 3,000 copies of Sneak King.
Okay.
Oh my god!
I just remember seeing them. They go for
amazing.
like 19 cents at GameStop.
Watch Sneak King be like this cult classic game that is like $100
it's
a game or something later on.
But it's actually a challenging game. Like if you look,
it's not
at
easy.
the completions. Only 581 out of 30,000 plus.
I should say
I was going to say
it's not easy.
Yeah,
but I also don't think it's going to be like hard.
It's hard.
It's a 15 to 20 hour completion. Like there's just a million challenges in the game.
It's only 15 to 20 if you're good, I think. I know NBA Kirkland recently completed it. Oh, Jables, you have the completion. I didn't know that.
Yes, yeah, he does.
You should be playing other games, Jables. I mean, this is a great game. Great game.
No, it's not. It's awful.
Okay.
And it's even worse because that's a 200 pointer.
Yeah, 867
that
PA,
makes it
though.
so much worse.
It's good.
Yeah, Jay will say it's not hard. It's just monotonous. So, yeah, that's definitely a good way to put it. 15 to 20 hours of this is just sounds god awful.
What would the Taco Bell analogs of these be, you think?
Oh my goodness. What? Bathroom Finder.
Meat Canoe Simulator.
Oh, that'd be great. Meat Canoe down. Oh,
bringing it back.
That's perfect. And that'd be a Kinect game. So, like,
yeah.
Get the steer the meat canoe with the Connect. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, it's I know I asked this in during the stream, but if you guys don't already know, or if you heard it, don't answer. But do you guys know how much this sold for?
Yeah, I do. Yes, and you've said it about 3 times so far. So
Yeah, you've already mentioned.
Have I? Dude, I already forgot that. I don't even remember saying it.
Yeah.
Never mind then. If I said that was just words going out of my mouth. I didn't even think of that.
But say it for the listeners at home who have not been paying attention. How much were these games?
I think it was $4.
$3.99. Yep.
So yeah, like $4 for this, like, and you saying that they're all made in 7 months, like
Burger King
actually kind of impressive.
They used to do some really neat stuff because you had this, and I say they did really neat stuff. I can only think of another instance, and that's the Pokeballs with the gold cards.
I knew you were going to say those.
It's like
you
paid just a little bit extra for something so cool.
Yes,
I can only imagine maybe they did some other stuff, but you just don't get that anymore these days.
Nope.
Is it China? No, or is it Japan that has like oh gosh, I'm so wrong on this. Maybe it's the McDonald's
cheeseburger.
No, well, there's like no, not that, not the thing that's like 20 slices of American cheese. No, they have like they have a video game as part of like the Happy Meal, but it's like a little control. It's like a handheld.
The little controllers.
There's a handheld.
It was
video
Sonic
game as part of it. Yeah, I think
Sonic
might be Sonic.
It's
Sonic. Fairly recent. It's fairly recent that they had this.
Oh, never mind. I don't know about recent. I had forever ago. McDonald's had little like controllers the size of like a Tamagotchi kind of a thing that were Sonic racing games, and I used to have all of them. I have no idea what happened to them.
Yeah, Fug knows what I'm talking about. It's a little handheld game that looks like a chicken nugget. Well, a big chicken nugget though, and like it's got like this video.
Never
game.
seen this.
That's super cool. Like, why don't we get stuff like that? Or we used to get the cool like Smurf glasses, and like the Star Wars glasses. And they don't have that stuff anymore. Now it's just like stupid joke books and coloring pages.
Mm-hmm.
So it is a Tetris style game in the shape of a chicken nugget.
That is amazing.
Dude, that is so boss. That is so cool. Now, if they can make that smell like a chicken nugget too, that'd be disgusting.
They have like the little scent things, just like the pizza controller.
I'm not gonna lie. If this is in McDonald's still, I'm sure it's not. But I would totally go buy.
It's in China.
Happy to.
Yeah, this
Oh,
was
it's in China.
Yeah,
of course it's in China.
Yeah.
Darn it. Anybody want to buy one and send it to me? I'd be your BFF.
Well, it only costs about
really
$4.24 with a food purchase.
Yeah, that explains why it's China. Because only in China can you get that cheap. But yeah, that's sneaking. Hopefully sooner or later I'll wind up getting around to Pocket Bike Racer and Big Bump, and maybe I'll do them for the next 2 live streams or something like that pre-game.
Yeah,
Oh no, we'll see.
By the way, these games worked on the OG Xbox as well, which was pretty crazy.
Yes.
If you think about it.
Yeah, that's how long ago these
Yeah.
were.
Well, they were 360 games, is what he's saying, and they worked on the original Xbox.
Oh, I thought there was actually an OG Xbox copy.
No, they work on both.
They were sold as 360 games.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought there was a OG Xbox and a 360 copy.
Not that I know of.
No, if you look at the disc, it says includes 360 and original Xbox versions. So I wonder how the graphics look.
Huh.
Probably the same.
Oh,
Curious.
That's interesting. Now I want to see.
Yeah, and anybody who didn't should check out the article with the dude who has got the 3,000 copies of this game. The article's hilarious. Talks about how he got them all.
Oh yeah, looky there.
Being bored during COVID is the number one answer. But yes.
All right.
Ah.
But yeah, that's sneaking. I can't believe I talked that much, or we talked that much on this stupid game.
Well, I mean, it's food and games. It's like the perfect, it's perfect storm.
And it's
fair. I guess it is the perfect age 101 game.
And the scary. Does that start with? That's the one with the scary cutscene in the beginning, like this like weird loud music.
Yes, dude. There legit needs to be a indie
parental advisory.
$10,000 budget slasher movie feature in the King, because that costume is like mad creepy.
So
is he still the mascot even?
I want to say yes, just because I
think it's Grimace.
I'd be surprised.
You
if
want
it
him
wasn't.
to be the mascot?
I know it's not Grimace because that's McDonald's, but but
the Hamburglar.
it'd be great.
Wait, were you serious?
It would be great if they had him as part of like a Five Nights at Freddy's.
That would be perfect, dude.
That'd be perfect.
Or they could do like a fighting game with all the mascots.
Smash. Someone make that happen.
Yeah, that needs to happen.
Oh my god, could you imagine? That'd be so good. Smash Bros. Or like a Nickelodeon brawl, but Ronald McDonald and the King, Tony the Tiger. Oh please, this is a game that needs to happen.
Count Chocula.
All right, well, let's get into some sales.
I would main Captain Crunch. That's all I'm saying. Go ahead.
That's so good. We need this to happen.
He's
this would
old.
be amazing.
Yeah, so am I. But yeah.
Let's get into some sales. Nate, what games would you like to recommend?
All right, I'm going to talk about new Super Lucky's Tale. It's $10 down from $30. Yes, it's on Game Pass, but maybe one day it won't be. It's a platformer. It's 10 to 12 hours. It's got a walkthrough. It's a separate stack from Super Lucky's Tale, and I gotta say, it's so much better because I played them both recently and tried to do the difficult boss fight. Don't take any damage achievements, and man, it was just kind of wonky on the original game. But the new Super Lucky's Tale was like butter, and it's great. It feels almost as good as a first-party platformer. I really recommend that game. And
Fudd could help you out with that achievement if you ever need help. He's
I've
good.
got it.
Yeah.
I got it. I did it. I did
good.
it on both, but it was like I did it on the new version first, and I went back and did it on the old version, and it just felt so janky and like sometimes bouncing on like an enemy, you kind of like get stuck on them, and so you wouldn't bounce off properly. It was annoying. Next up, Gravel Special Edition, $3 down from $30. This is an arcade racing automobile game, 15 to 20 hours with a walkthrough. And by all counts, it's a fun arcade racer. It's got 2 online achievements. That's play 1 online game and play 10 online games or races and knock them out early if you want a server proof. And then after that, everything else is not online. And lastly, a game I've just been staring at forever and I want to play it. Also a platformer, Cal the Kangaroo, or KO, I guess. The Kangaroo Anniversary Edition, $24 down from $37. Like I said, platformer, 10 to 13 hours, and it contains 2 DLCs. Only one of them has achievements, and that is included in the Anniversary Edition. And I think this is the cheapest price it's ever been for the base game plus the DLC. So I'm kind of eyeing it. I think it's going to happen.
That name alone sounds like a Nate and Corey game.
I've played it, so you're correct. It's actually a decent 3D platformer. I have not finished it, but yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
I'll do the Kenny question. Is it worth $24?
No.
No, perfect accent.
With
too.
the DLC. The 24 includes the DLC.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. I got the standard version when it came out. No DLC. I'm trying to compare it to New Super Lucky's Tale. That one might feel a little bit better, but I bet it's not as bad as the old Super Lucky's Tale for sure.
Yeah, because the camera on the old one you had like 3 positions, like centered, slightly to the left, and slightly to the right. And then the new version is like fully 3D. You can turn the camera around and everything.
Yeah. KO is definitely better than that.
Okay.
It's probably worth. It's definitely worth a look. I'm not going to say that it's not worth it at that price, but that's a good discount. And I think you're right. Probably the cheapest it has been. I think the base game itself is $15 half off, but don't quote me on that. No, it's not. So I guess it's just the big boy bundle.
Yep, that's it for me.
All right.
No.
Corey, what do you want to recommend?
I'm going to talk about Cell Damage HD and Cyber Pool. Do I recommend them because they're good? No. I recommend them because I played them last week in my very short quest to black out my bingo board. Cell Damage HD is $2.24 down from $9. Cyber Pool is $1.24 down from $5. And I mention them because this month's bingo contest is genre based, and these have some good genres if you're looking for them, especially for quick hits. Cell Damage is arcade racing, automobile, and vehicular combat. And Cyber Pool is sports and Q sports, which you don't see very often.
Not at all. All right. And L, I assume you have nothing?
No. And you could buy
The TA not put out the quick hits article yet.
Oh no, it's there, and they're all terrible. You can buy Mushroom Quest if you like for $1.
Again, it's just like owning
Just
Sneak
keep
King.
buying it. Oh, Sneak King. I forgot to mention the top review on Sneak King just says avoid at all costs. That's the review.
Avoid at all costs if you care about your tag.
Yeah.
It's something, so.
Did you pop any achievements, Kenny?
He got
I
3,
got
I think.
4?
3 or 4?
Woo!
I got 4, I think. So now it's officially on the tag, but who cares?
Woo! Oh,
I purposely went for a couple. I wanted to make sure I got something.
I have a fun news article that
boy.
non sequitur. Killer Instinct. They are coming out with an update for the 10-year anniversary with 4K support for Series X and improved matchmaking and a balance update.
Ooh.
Is anyone excited about this? Besides X the hero.
X.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, balance update sounds good.
I wish I was good at fighting games.
They have some hard achievements in that game, so I don't know what a balance update really means.
They're probably not thinking in terms of achievements, so
Nah.
I don't really think we'll see anything. Although if they add another title update, that might be fun.
I wish I was
Maybe.
good at fighting games. I love playing them.
You don't have to be good.
mashing, but I'm not good at them.
Yeah, Killer Instinct, you could get a lot of achievements just by button mashing. You'd be all right. And as it stands, it's worth $49.35, so we can get it up to 5,000 gamer score. Because that number is just so dumb.
I didn't know it was that high. Dang.
Oh, yeah.
I knew it had a lot. I just didn't know it just had that much.
Yeah.
Does that title update include the king as a playable character? All right. Well, we do for the last
What else is there?
one of the last times being able to say this.
Oh, no.
We have games with gold that it's available to download. When the pass was around, that's point and click, so who actually cares? We had Blue Fire, which is a platformer, so most people here will actually care. And we have Inertial Drift, which is a racing game. So some more of you will actually care. Yep, that's the reaction I expected for this.
What's up with that
They're free.
racing game?
That's all that matters.
Hard? Yep.
They're free. Go
That's
ahead and
hard.
grab them while you can.
5900 TA. Wow.
It's just a partying gift at this point in time.
Pretty bad.
And then for games with gold. Then for Game Pass, the thing that we actually care about, available now if you're listening in chat with us, we have Celeste, A Short Hike, and Broforce Forever. You can download and play them now.
Cannot recommend the Short Hike enough.
Oh,
It's
you
really
always
good. I
have.
also recommend you need to go into settings and up the increase the pixel count. I didn't know you could do that until like the last hour or two of the game. I was
Oh.
looking at chunky pixels.
All right, you can. I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
In what game?
Short Hike.
That was another one of these short games I played. I just didn't want to talk about because we I think Corey talked about it, and I know Elle talked about it at one point.
That game's awesome.
So,
I love that it came to Game Pass and got a bunch of TA added to my.
One pet peeve: it doesn't have a map, right? There's no map.
Yeah, there's no map.
The PC version has a map because the walkthroughs have maps, but for some reason the Xbox
Really?
doesn't have a map. Yeah.
That's weird.
Did you try pushing in on the sticks?
I'm pretty sure I did, but
Both sticks, left bumper, right bumper.
All bumpers. I'm pretty excited for Broforce, to be honest.
oh yeah.
Okay, Elroy Jr.
Hey, Bro Chacho.
It's a good game.
Don't patronize me.
Broforce Forever is fun. That is some fun action. There's also a chance, I don't know if people have looked at it yet, that maybe they fixed that blah blah blah. I'm doing a Kenny.
Broken.
One of those unattainable achievements for as the Indiana Brones punching the Nazi off the train or whatever. Like that achievement's been broken in the PC version. Maybe it's possible that it'll work on the Xbox version. I fired it up today because I love that game, and I actually got an achievement for using the MacGyver character, Broguyver, I think his name is, and so I got that achievement for killing 10 guys with an explosive turkey. That was cool, and discovered
a what? You killed
explosive
him with a
turkey.
what?
As MacGyver does, or Broguyver does, he uses an explosive turkey that attracts enemies. And then it blows up.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's a great game. This is a really fun game. If you like just silly silliness, it's definitely silly. And yeah, I hope that they fixed it. But I discovered that my PC save only lives on the PC. It does not transfer over to the Xbox, and the achievements they're all shared.
Sad.
So I'm not that upset that I had to play through the game again to get the last couple achievements I didn't get on the PC. Yeah, it's a fun game.
Now, sometimes, the versions are slightly different. So I wonder if like the unobtainable is obtainable on the PC. Nobody has got it yet, but I don't know if it was always on Windows or not, but
yes, it was only on Windows.
Okay, so it's the first time on console.
Yeah, this is the first time it's been available on the console.
That makes more sense.
I know Vudix was asking to see if anyone had tried it yet, because today was the first day you could get it on the console.
Yeah, nobody's updated them yet.
Yeah. So maybe.
Available tomorrow on Game Pass, if you're live with us in chat, is Limbo. This is the game that started all the Limbo likes. Available for everyone listening now is Airborne Kingdom, which is a management game. Available next Tuesday, August 15th, is Everspace 2. Game was already on PC, now coming to Xbox. On the 18th is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. There we have a couple of horror fans in the Discord, so I'm sure there are people that will be excited for this. And then on August 29th, we have Sea of Stars.
Whoop whoop.
You won't play it.
And then
I will.
Oh, yeah.
All right, I want you to write an essay about all the Messenger tie-ins.
Pass.
Doubt. Okay. Come up with one. It's a prequel or just takes place in the same universe? I forget. Or both.
Prequel.
Prequel.
Yeah, we'll get
Is it
ChatGPT to write that for him.
And then leaving Game Pass next Tuesday, on August the 15th, is Death Stranding, Edge of Eternity, Midnight Fight Express, and Total War Warhammer 3.
Thing of value was lost.
Nope, not really.
I'm kind of surprised that no one, very few people on my friends list started Death Stranding. I guess you need a decent PC to run it, but
I just heard like really mediocre things. So
yeah, I'd like to.
I
almost
almost
play it. But.
I probably would have done it just because, but I kind of forgot about it, to be honest.
Yeah, I was thinking, I need to get on that, and it's way too late.
I mean, that's what I said when I first saw it on there. I'm like, Death Stranding was on PC. I just assumed it was a PlayStation exclusive, and it was going to come to PC. And I'm even more shocked that it was in Game Pass.
I mean, you probably mentioned it back in September 2022, so...
I probably did, but I don't remember that.
It was a big deal. The same time as Metal Hellsinger, so you're probably preoccupied.
Oh, I was preoccupied. Never mind. I didn't care about Death Stranding. Which reminds me, I need to finish that Xbox One version of that. Anyway, Gamertag Challenge. Nate, why don't you go ahead and read off the winners in this month's Gamertag?
Sure thing. Last month was Eruteric, and his wild card was a new achievement or previous completion in Lord of the Rings games. And then, obviously, the bonus... Well, I shouldn't say obviously, but the bonus was for words that spelled backwards are also valid words. And we had 14 participants, 93 letters were earned, 10 gamer tags were spelled, and 171 bonuses were entered. Of notable entries, Tater Soup had 25 bonuses, Chewy had 28, Northern Lass, as always, overachieving, 35, we only counted 30, and Ace had 38. Once again, we only counted 30, because nice. These guys were blowing it out of the water, and hopefully that let them do something else with their month. And our winner, with all 8 letters and 18 bonuses, Ben L72. Congratulations.
Nice.
Congratulations.
This month we are celebrating Wild West 08. You may have heard him before on the panel. His wildcard game is any new achievement or previous completion in a game developed by Remedy. He loves those Remedy games. And the bonus is alliteration achieved. Earn achievements containing alliteration in at least 2 consecutive words. That's worth 1 bonus draw per achievement. And that was just updated today.
Nice.
We're a little behind with updating that, so hopefully it's not going to keep people from participating this month.
All right. Quick note before we get into the patron drawing. Jayl's just mentioned that EA posted that Mirror's Edge Catalyst servers are shutting down December 8th, and there's 2 achievements that are affected, so... Get on that. Make sure you get it done if you have that on your tag or if it's something that you want to get done. Server shutting down sucks. But back to the patron drawing. As always, we have a patron drawing each and every month. We greatly appreciate every single one of our patrons that helps make the show continue on. And whatnot. And this month's lucky winner for the Patreon drawing is Umple Beast.
Oh,
Thank you for supporting the show, Umple Beast. When you hear this, send me a message on Discord and I will get you your code. And once again, thank you to all of our other patrons for helping us out. And now with that, let us shout out all of the community in our Brad camp. Take it away, Corey.
All right. For completions, we have Magical Mars with 150 completed games. Blue Thunder has completed 750 games. Mike Pitch, 950 games. Triple Triad, 1,100 completed games. Sniped by a Girl, 1,600 completed games. I completed 650 games.
Nice.
And
Nice.
I'm joined by Mental Knight, who completed 1,200 more than that. No surprise there.
That's insane.
In streaks, the Airy Dragon, or Theory Dragon, is currently on 50-day achievement win streak. Dunkos with 150, What the Fug with 350, Domain with 500, Retro Chief 1969 with 950, It's a Livex with 1,050, and Bastion Reader with 2,050 days in a row. Elroy OMJ is currently celebrating a 6-year achievement win streak.
Speaking of win streaks, I found it enjoyable that we didn't get home till like super late. And both Ella and Michelle whip out their Surface to quickly get on the smart moves to unlock an achievement to get this going. For Kenny, what's the Wi-Fi password?
Kenny,
achievement.
Kenny, it's your fault. You could have ended the madness.
Yeah, you could have did that. Oh no, the Wi-Fi's out.
I mean, technically, it's true.
Just wait until they figure out that they can load up xCloud.
I would have to play Coffee Talk on the cloud. I thought about it.
I'm sure Michelle knows that. He now knows.
No, I know.
All right, but in gamer score, True Achievement and Luke 17,000 have hit 300,000 gamer score. Heineke XD has hit 350,000 gamer score. AC Thrasher has hit 500,000. Sir Polygon has hit 550,000. ZZ Urban Spaceman has hit 900,000 gamer score.
Oh.
There it is. The Drunken Monkeys has hit 1.3 million gamer score. Vulgar Latin has hit 1.4 million gamer score, along with Northern Lass.
In leaderboards, Ace, who just called today Kojima overrated in the chat, is now in the top 500 of the gamerscore leaderboard for Metroidvanias. Bastion Reader is number 1 in USA TA Difference leaderboard for Windows shoot-em-ups. Chasno is now in the top 100 of the Gamerscore leaderboard for Fighting Plus Collection. KT Echo, now in the top 100 of Ohio TA Difference leaderboard. Luke, 17,000, top 10 of TA Difference leaderboard for Windows Strategery. Mad Eye Pad Eye in the top 100 of Achievements 1 leaderboard. Mike Pitch is coming to get me. He got 3 milestones at once. Top 1,000 TA overall. Top 500 USA Achievements 1. And top 20 of New York TA leaderboard. I think he surpassed me. That's not acceptable. So it's on. Morbid 237. I heard Morbius is a great movie. He's now 3rd in the Maryland TA leaderboard. Oh. Fellow Old Bay.
More Islanders.
And
join the Discord. Tell Elle how good Old Bay is.
He is in the Discord.
I don't know why I said join the Discord.
Just join the Discord anyway. Night W0LF is now 2nd in Colorado Gamerscore leaderboard for Metroidvania. Oh, wow. And the Arya Dragon, top 200 TA Difference leaderboard, and Unstoppable KD in the top 100 of Texas TA leaderboard for RPGs. Very nice, everybody.
Good job, everybody. And if you would like to have your milestone shout out on the show,
send me
$1. Sure to friend request, or do that. Be sure to friend request the show's TA page. I think we have that linked in the show notes. Or at least we should.
Osbo Fanatic in chat in Australia, right? Yeah. What day is it over there? He's responsible for us getting podcasted because the day is all messed up.
Pretty sure. It's Arvo for him, probably.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
Something like that. All right. But that will do it for us.
Oh.
You can check out all of the links to all of our different socials and whatnot, and link to the Discord and everything. Down in the show notes, we have a nice doc that has links to everything.
Nice duck?
Yeah.
Nice.
We're going to list the Reddit thread with the sneaking. We're going to have the Welsh Hunters YouTube page. Everything you all want, we have.
All that good stuff.
Yeah.
If you're with us in chat, and you're able to, give us a follow, subscribe to it, give us a sub. If you got Amazon Prime, you got that free sub. You know you want to give it to us and not some giant streamer that doesn't need it.
Give us that Bezo money.
We want it. And for everyone that is subscribed to us on Twitch, be sure to stay here because we are off to some ducky races. So for everyone that is listening and is lame and not watching us live on Twitch right now, class is dismissed. See y'all next week.
You're welcome. Bye. Thanks for having me.
Okay, well, in that case, thanks for joining, Corey.
Oh, thanks
Corey,
for having me.
Corey and the Bananas will hopefully join us more often.
I'm doing a podcast tour this week only, so
fun.
you can find me on Nerdy Neo's thing on YouTube Thursday night.
Wait, you're going to tell us what Vayners that people are playing?
I don't know what we're talking about. It's up to him.
Oh, his thing.
His thing. Nerdy Neo.
What is his thing?
He does chats, game chats.
Nice.
Yeah, video game focused chats. But anyways, yeah.
All right, well, send us a link
Yes.
Check it
Send
out.
a link.
so I could promptly delete it.
Yeah. Yep. I think it's just
Get wrecked.
youtube.com/nerdyneo, but he's plugged it before in his Vayner wrap up last time, and yep. Be there
Post link
this
in the
week.
Discord, Neo.
Yes. Send it in the Discord. But yes, with that, class is actually dismissed.
No, it's not.
On to the ducky races.
Oh.
Good night, mate.